My name is Rani. I am originally from Singapore, and I've moved to the state of Washington, a small town called Bellingham. It's just across the border from Vancouver. And I'm LD1 with Opulence Global actively since 2018. Yes, and I actually got my rank promotion during COVID, so that's quite crazy, right? And we all know how the business works. It's completely online at that time. Okay, I have Sanas with us, our beautiful SVP.
Good evening, Rani. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Sanas. Thank you and welcome.
There we go. How you doing, Rani?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. And you, Sanas, getting
I
ready?
am fantastic. Excited
Getting
for
ready
an
for your
amazing.
trip to Winnipeg? I see
Yes,
Winnipeg is already on fire.
it is. It is. I'm so proud of the team. I know I'm heading off to Winnipeg at the end of the week. Our CEO is heading off to Ottawa at the end of the week with
Ottawa.
our Ottawa team. It's going to be amazing.
Yep. Exciting times. I was just sharing with the team how exciting and how crazy the promotion was over the weekend. It's like I'm still trying to absorb it.
You know what? Me as well. It's been an amazing journey, and I have lots to share. I'm gonna get started in just a couple of minutes. I'm just getting settled in.
Okay, let me just do the intro then quickly.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the product Crossfire this evening. Today with us, we have our Senior Vice President and David O. Let me just introduce David first. David O handles the regulatory affairs at Opulence Global. From his science background and pharmaceutical background, David recognized the incredible value of Fairy Flawless as a world-class product that delivers on its promise of anti-aging. His enthusiasm continued with the Fountain of Life, which is the most powerful antioxidant from nature, and the future development in the Safe Home Revolution collection. David is honored to be part of this incredible journey as Opulence Global changes the lives of people. And together with him, we have our Senior Vice President, Sanas Human, who in her late 20s, Sanas made a pivotal decision to venture into the direct sales industry. With her strong work ethic, determination, and unparalleled skills, she rose to become a top producer, quickly gaining recognition for her exceptional performance. Her influence and impact in the direct sales marketing field have earned her widespread recognition. She was honored as the Luxury Designer of the Year by Viva International and celebrated in the esteemed Oprah Winfrey magazine and much more. At Opulence Global, Sanas oversees distribution, manufacturing, and international negotiations and all. Global operations. Her ability to inspire in the health, beauty, and fashion sectors is nothing short of remarkable. Sanas takes pride in mentoring entrepreneurs. Her visionary approach and mentorship have empowered countless individuals to achieve their own success stories. As a trailblazer in the industry, Sanas Woman continues to set new benchmarks and inspires others to strive for greatness. Her unwavering dedication, unmatched talents, and relentless pursuit of excellence make her a true icon in the world of business and entrepreneurship. Welcome, SVP Sanas Human and David O.
Thank you so much, Rani. I'm gonna see if I can just get on here. There we go. I'm just getting in from the office. It was my first day back, but you know what? It's great to be here. Good evening, good afternoon. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And of course, always taking leadership. I always say it's always amazing to see different people on and seeing different people taking leadership roles. I am so excited, like you mentioned. We just launched the most epic program in our business for 20-year anniversary. I hope you guys are all as excited as we are. Wow. Are you guys still blown away by all the amazing excitement that's happened to our business? And of course, all the amazing calls that we had on Saturday. I know the lines were jam-packed. We have so many rising, amazing people joining us. from all across the different nations. And we want to just say a welcome, a good morning, a good afternoon. I know our Asia team is just waking up. I know our North America team is on fire. And I think everyone is still trying to wrap their head around all the amazement that we have had with all of the amazing growth. Good night to you, David. How are you?
I'm fine, Shanaz. Nice to see you.
Great to be on as well. I'm just coming in from the office and I'm super, super excited. We just launched for our amazing 20-year celebration, an amazing November to remember. Early, I'm going to say we launched it, and that is 20% off everything worldwide. Of course, in your back office. I know our team has been absolutely revved up. We've been getting, our phones have been so busy and buzzing at the office. So I'm super excited to be sharing all that excitement with all of you for our, of course, amazing 20-year anniversary. I'm just going to try to log in here through my computer. David, I'll let you say a couple of words until I join on the computer.
Okay. Well, thank you for the nice introduction. And, you know, I look forward to speaking to everyone tonight. Hopefully we'll help bring some important information to help you grow your business. I think that we're rounding the corner in terms of you know, trying to find new avenues. Everyone working with Ivy and the team, and they're trying to find new avenues to bring the information to everyone, and they're working hard at it. So I think the tools will help everyone sort of understand exactly what you have. And I think that we've got some great products. Last week we spent a lot of time talking about microsilver. You're gonna see more support in that area, and that'll help you when you're speaking to some of these professionals out there, especially when we talk about dental professionals and our toothpaste, but along with other products that we do have, and have a deeper understanding. So you should be more confident moving forward. So you know, I think that Ivy's team has done a great job, and you're going to start seeing that, and it'll make your jobs that much easier.
Absolutely, David. And you know, you said so many amazing new things. You know, behind the scenes, we are working on giving you more tools, more technology. I want to share with you all some of the really cool things. I actually took a couple of days last week since it was Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving last week in Canada. I know the American Thanksgiving is coming up as well. But, you know, it's about giving thanks for all of the amazing things that are happening with a company. It's always great for us where we're striving to give you more tools, to be able to give you more bells and whistles that you can basically be loud, to be able to grow your business, to be able to give you more infrastructure, to be able to give you new videos. I'm not sure if all of you have noticed that our social media has really revamped, and I hope you guys are all following the Opulence the wellness page that I shared a couple of weeks ago. And the Opulence wellness page is really anything got to do with your Safe Home Revolution products. You know, whether it's your Fountain of Life, whether it's your Divine, whether, like David said, any of your microsilver technology. We're giving you a lot of amazing tools. And again, I shared this a couple of weeks ago. It's all about being loud. You know, having the tools is great. David is doing a lot of great write-ups, working with our marketing team, spearheaded with Ivy and her team as well. And, you know, there's a lot of great stuff happening, but being a product of the product is so instrumental. Today is one of those days that I want to really talk about, you know, beauty from the inside and out, and really you being a product of the product. You know, we've heard our CEO and founder talk about cost transition, using all the products. I think David was just applying either Sterling or was applying FOL.
Yeah. To be honest, sorry, I didn't realize that I injured my hand. I dropped a 50-pound bag of concrete on my hand, and it got caught. So, but it's okay. It's getting better. but I keep putting it on to try and kill the pain because I've got a lot of pain discomfort. It's okay.
Sure.
I'm a big boy. I've broken more bones than you can believe, so I'm okay.
Yeah, I know
So
you
I
know,
didn't know I was on camera, but that's what pouring all over it, to try and kill it. So
good. You know what? It's all about that. And I got to tell you, I was in the sun last week, and tonight is one of those nights I'm wearing absolutely, no makeup. And David, when I first met you, it was one of those things that I shared with you. I wanted to be able to have flawless skin. And I got to tell you, since 2017 that we've been sharing our amazing skincare, our revolutionary skincare line, it's been really being a product of the product. And the more you use the product, a lot of products that you use your skin gets used to it and it stops working, by the way. And I want to talk a little bit about skincare because there was a lot of people when I first originally met, and they were like, oh, I'm a Vaseline type of person. And that just boggles my mind because we know that Vaseline is filled with petroleum, which is gasoline really, and a lot of chemicals. So if you're one of those people that's, indulging in a lot of Vaseline in your hands and your feet and your skin and your face and your lips, think twice about it, because the reason we were able to create such phenomenal products with our Fairy Flawless lineup was creating key ingredients that was going to soothe and calm your skin, get rid of inflammation, be able to help you with collagen development, be able to lift, tone, tighten your skin. And that's what the Fairy Flawless is doing. Helping you be able to have the proper, I'm going to call it skin nutrients, if that's the right word, skin nutrients for your skin, to hydrate your skin, to plump your skin, to revitalize your skin. And David, having the Fountain of Life extracts, the spruce tree extract, having the microsilver technology, 2 proprietary ingredients that we're incorporating into our skincare line, which has been the infrastructure of the growth of all of the amazing products that we've had. It is so vital and important that you all understand the importance of all of those ingredients. And I wanted to, bring it to everyone's attention, your Safe Home Revolution book. This should be literally in everyone's pocket at any given time. This is your lineup of your products that you should constantly be using. You should be constantly displaying. And every customer that you meet, you should be using this book to sit down, almost like a catalog. And you don't need to be a product expert. You just need to kind of give this book out to everybody and let them, read it, follow up with them. So David, let's talk a little bit about, the Fairy Flawless skincare, because we have 2 amazing ingredients in there that has been the foundation of the development and the growth of our Safe Home Revolution. So let's start the call off with that before we get into all the nitty gritty of all the other amazing things.
well, I think that, when we started with Fairy Flawless, I think the objective was pretty clear and pretty simple. And it sounded simple, but I think one of the key phrases that we started out with was we want to deliver on the promise of anti-aging. And I started doing, it's funny, I started doing a deep dive and I started walking around and taking a look at the products that were on the market. And some of them were incredibly expensive. We're talking thousands of dollars, and they had terrible ingredients in it. And the one thing that really stood out to me about the Fairy Flawless line, it was the quality of quality of ingredients that we did have, and the ability of these ingredients to really deliver on the promise of anti-aging. We are definitely, growing older, but at the same time, we don't have to look older. And so things like fine lines and wrinkles, all these things that really make a difference in the people's appearance can be resolved by using the flawless line. Now, the one thing I can't stress enough that it doesn't happen overnight, and you have to be consistent. But when Sanaz is referring to the base ingredients that we're talking about, the extract that's in Fountain of Life. And why is that important? Well, it's important because it does a number of things. It's antimicrobial. It is an antioxidant. And why is that important? Because it's going to reduce, free radical activity on the skin, and that's what causes the skin to look aged. And so it's a very simple product in many ways, but a very effective product. And we knew that right away. They had years of experience using this topically. And we'll talk more about its internal use because we were the first company to actually bring it to that level. However, when we started with the Fairy Flawless line, that sort of impressed me a lot. And that's when my discussion started with Opulence and with Remain and Sanaz, because I thought they have a real winner here. And I knew at that point that the combination of the microsilver and the Pisceabe's extract that's found in Fountain of Life is going to really impact anti-aging. And we had tested this. It's sort of funny. The formulator who actually put this together, we had tested this just years before that. He brought out some samples, gave it out, and people were just shocked at how effective it was. And our formulator, being a formulator, being a chemist and not a business person, did not really sort of realize what he had, and he ignored it. He ignored it completely. And so when he brought it forward to Opulence, I knew at that point that number one, he had a winner product. Number two, I think that people were going to see a market difference in their appearance, and it did happen. And now microsilver does something a little different. It is an antimicrobial agent that reduces, and it's an antiviral agent too, and that's been proven during the coronavirus pandemic. But what it's doing is reducing the amount of bacterial activity on the skin that caused our skin to look so aged. And again, the benefits to all this is that uh, our overall health is much more improved by using these products, and we're you know on one level it's for the aesthetics of it, and that's where we started. But as time has gone on and the number of products we brought forward, to the toothpaste, I'm jumping ahead, but I'm just saying it all ties together in the fact that we've created a safer uh, type of environment for us to reduce the impact of pathogenic activity. And I think that as we're moving into winter months right now, we're watching spikes in COVID. The H5N1 variant is out there, it's growing, and we want to reduce the chances of us getting sick. And one of the things we could do is taking some prophylactic measures by using the right products. And, this is not going to prevent it from all happening, but it's going to reduce the impact of it. And that's what we want to do. Osanes, you're muted.
David, what I was saying is absolutely. I think what's really, really important is that when you are using a product, like David said, consistently, it's really, really important when it comes to any sort of product. And while I was on vacation last week, David, I really had some really good time to reflect. And it's so funny because myself and Ramin, took all of our Safe Home Revolution products with us when I travel. I'm very paranoid, whether it's on the plane with my Fountain of Life or my microsilver spray. Those are absolute essentials that I take on every single plane ride. At the same time, the mouth spray, the microsilver mouth spray is such a fundamental basic for every single one of you to have in your purse, in your pocket, in your bag, all the time with you. It is just as important as any other product. And as we get into a fall season or winter season or cold season or weather changing season, whether it's you having allergies or whether you're having water retention, whether your skin is changing from a hydration perspective, it is so vital and important to learn to listen to your body. And David, I think that's one of the really most important things that I want to share with everybody. Listening to your body is so important. And that basically means, if you're taking your Fountain of Life in the morning and you feel like your body is needing more, like you have like a little bit of a sore throat, if you need more, take it. If you're feeling like, you know, you need a little bit of a boost, take your Divine. If you're on 1 capsule, take 2. If you're on 2, take 3. If you need to dose up a little bit, take more. Make sure you're taking the vitamins and supplements with food. You know, the mouth spray, I always have it with me. And as I was on vacation, David, I always had one in my beach bag. So in the morning, I would always take my, you know, product. I would really hydrate my skin. I would wear the proper clean sunblock. I made sure I always wore a hat and I wore our sunglasses to make sure that I'm, you know, protecting my eyes and protecting my skin. And then what was really important was the aftercare. And, you know, most people, when they go and suntan a lot and they're outside, they get a lot of blisters or they get a lot of flaking. And one thing that I found is that when you are coming out of the sun after you shower and you're using sterling as a rich, almost a protector to your skin, not only it's really, really good in hydration, not only is very soothing on your skin, we formulated the sterling body and hand, not only for you to put on your hand, but for your shoulders, for your body, for your skin. Remember, your skin is the largest organ in your body. And what do you need to do? You need to protect your organs. How do you do that? Internally, externally as well. So I actually went through a 200 ml bottle of sterling, David, in 1 week. Yes, I went through a 200 ml bottle of sterling in 1 week. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the morning, before going out in the sun, I moisturize my entire body with it. When I came out of the pool or I came off the beach or I showered, I constantly applied it while I had my feet, you know, out in the sun. I really lathered a lot of sterling into my feet, into my arms, into my elbows, into my knees. And, you know, I was like literally this walking billboard. And I met so many people. I met so many people in the resort. And they kept on asking me, you know, you look so young. And I was like, well, thank you. Like most people were guessing I was in my late 20s, early 30s. I mean, that is like the biggest compliment that I could receive. And David, as a woman, I mean, I was like over the moon. And these were complete strangers. They were like, oh my God, you look so young. And, you know, it was the first time in my life that I felt so phenomenal that I got so many compliments from absolute strangers. And guess what I was doing? I prospected every single person that I spoke to. And depending on the country, depending on the language, I basically got like a whole lead sheet that I basically was creating for myself. There was a lot of people from Europe. There was a lot of people from Spain. There was a lot of people from European countries. I met a lot of Italians, and they're all like fashionistas. They love their sunglasses because, of course, I wore our sunglasses the whole time. They loved FOL. There was a lady I met in Ireland, and I want to share this story with you guys because it was so powerful. There was a lady who was literally limping because she was so bitten by mosquitoes. And by the way, I got bitten by mosquitoes there as well because it rained a couple of days and the mosquitoes were like, bloodfest. You know, I'm going to like bite everybody. And the first thing that I put on the mosquito bites was actually sterling. And I don't think that everybody understands how powerful sterling is. I think a lot of people just go directly to FOL, which is really great. So I actually had sterling and I had FOL. Of course, I always do. We were so paranoid. I brought one bottle in my bag. I brought one full bottle as a backup. Our CEO did the same thing. So we had 2 full bottles, which we ended up selling 2 bottles while we were there, by the way. It was the only 2 full bottles we had. One of the ladies was from Ireland. She ended up being a nurse and she had been bitten and her bites had started to bleed because I guess they were so itchy. She had used Afterbite. She had used alcohol. She had used everything. And David, she was scabbing and she was hurting. So I was walking behind her and I went up to her and I said, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to intrude. But I can see that you've been severely bit by mosquitoes. Have you used any product on them? She's like, I've tried everything. Honestly, nothing is working. I've tried Afterbite. I've tried this. I've tried that. I said, I have a product. I would love for you to try it. Here's what I did. I said, this is a supplement that I take orally like this, but you can also apply it. And I applied it on my skin and I said, I actually got some mosquito bites. I want to show you on my foot. When I showed it to her and I applied the FOL on it, she's like, oh my God, does it work? I said, absolutely. Look at my skin. She's like, can I use your product? I'll pay you. I said, no, you don't need to pay me. Give me your hand. So she put her hand out. I gave her a good squirt. She basically put it on her. She sat down. She was, probably in her, I would say late 60s. She put it on her skin and she basically was like, well, can I eat it too? And I said, you can. It's bitter. It's got a bitter note to it. And I started to tell her about the product. While I was telling her about the product, she sat there, she looked at me, she goes, my itching on my legs is calming down. I said, yeah, that's what the product does. And she was like, oh my God, can I get some more of the product? I have more bites. So I squirted more in her hand. She put it on more of her wounds. And I mean, her leg was like so bloody from the bites. I mean, she was like a feeding frenzy for these mosquitoes. And so it calmed her skin down. And she says, where can I buy this product? So I started to tell her about it. I said, I do have a bottle back in my room. And she's like, I'll come and follow you. I don't want to intrude you on your vacation, but I would love to, use this product. Anyways, long story short, she ended up buying the bottle. I sold it to her for $100 Canadian. And she thought it was an absolute steal. And she was like, where do I get this product? She lives in Ireland. I said, I'm not sure if we can ship to Ireland. Is there any other country? She says, my friend sends me stuff from the UK all the time. So I said, yep, we can, no problem, ship to the UK. So the reason I'm sharing that with you is A, always have your products on your hand. B, always have your brochures on hand. C, always be ready to share your stories with passion and excitement. Here's what she said to me. Is there other products that your company carries? Now, remember, I have not told her the name of the company at this point. I have not even told her about the name of the product at this point. All I'm doing is I'm sharing a product concept with her. I'm sharing a product and she was asking me, what's in it? Yes, it's natural. And she ended up being a nurse. And she's like, I have so many patients that have very sensitive skin. They end up taking a lot of steroids to calm down their skin. And then here's what I did. I said, do you have Facebook? And she says, I do. I said, let me share a testimonial website with you to share thousands upon thousands upon thousands of customers. So anyways, I showed her the Facebook page. I added her to it. She accepted it right away. And then here was the close for me. So I said to her, what I can do for you is I can set you up on a program where you can order this product and it comes to you every single month, or you can visit our website and see what other products we have. We have an incredible shampoo conditioner. And I was telling her, this is all my own hair. It's grown. I start telling her. So little bit by little bit, I'm building like and trust. I'm sharing all of the stories with her about all the amazing products. She's like, oh my God, it sounds like such a great company. Is this something I can do part-time? So now we went from a mosquito bite to her bleeding to application of FOL to talking about all the different products, to talking about toothpaste, to talking about shampoo, to talking about everything, to buying a bottle, to all of a sudden, oh my God, can I do this part-time? And it is just as simple as that. And when you are a walking billboard of what you do, then guess what? People want to surround themselves by you. So being a product of the product is so, so important. Then we went for a photo shoot. And of course, both, we are wearing our sunglasses and we're wearing our jewelry. And the photographer is like, oh my God, you guys got like the best gear. So we start talking to him and he's like, I do photography. I do, furniture upholstery. I would love to do this business. Can I do this business? Again, being a product of the product. So people are interested in your product. People are interested in your business. All you need to do is to present it. You need to be equipped with your information, with your brochures. We call them links and prints. Now, one of the things, remember those drop cards that we talked about? Guess what? Now those drop cards, wherever you go, in the airports, in your Uber, in your, wherever you are now sharing those drop cards with your customers. So David, I want to kind of go back to a lot of our active ingredients, because I think there's a lot of ingredients that are out in the market that are really not good for us. And we as consumers are using them without even realizing the harmful effects that it has on us. For example, TAC, TALC, is one of those ingredients that is a big no-no on our list. David, what does TAC do?
Well,
David's like, where do I start?
oh my gosh. Well, hold on. It's led to lawsuits. You know that Johnson Johnson's getting sued.
And
Big
sorry,
time
just
over.
before you go there, what is the primary product that TAC was into that
Well,
they're getting
baby
a lot
powder. It was
of
in
baby powder?
and they were denying it, and it's caused all sorts of health issues with children. It's an irritant. It's very fine powder. It gets in the lungs. There's all sorts of negatives to this. Very dangerous, and they're hiding it. Now it's led to a multi-million, I don't know if it's billion, but a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Johnson Johnson over this, and they are going to prevail. This is not going to go away.
Yeah.
And again, we're trying to avoid things like talc in our product. There's a whole bunch of things that we're trying to avoid in using in our product line, and some of them are very commonplace. When we start looking at the type of ingredients that are used in a lot of products, and if you're ever not sure, go to the EWG, and that's an organization that takes a look at all the ingredients out there and what's safe and what's not safe, everything. Some of them it's incredible that you start looking at some of these things. You start taking a look at even sunscreens, how many of them that are on the market.
Yeah.
If you don't even have to do a deep dive, just look it up. They are hormone disruptors. They've led to sterility in people. They've led to cancer. You take a look at fluoride. We've talked about fluoride for a long time, and yet people are still going, well, I think it's okay. Well, the problem is now they're coming out with, well, maybe it isn't that okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a purpose that they brought it out, and I'm not going to say that there was no purpose, because it does harden the teeth. The thing is that the exposure to fluoride has led to so many other issues, including neurological impact in the neurological development in children, and we have to be aware of that. Okay, I think awareness is the big thing. You've got to make proper choices. And if you're swallowing fluoride, I'm saying, and you're ingesting fluoride, then you have to really take a look at why you're exposing your children to this, why you're exposing, the people that you care about so much to this, because it can be potentially harmful. And when you ask a child, did you swallow your toothpaste? They're always going to say no, unfortunately. So there are safer alternatives, and we created a safer alternative. And that's why I think the understanding of microsilver is so important. And understanding this, and that everyone should be able to champion this on every level, because it's a very basic product. It is pure medical grade silver that's used in implant technology. And I just love when people come forward and say, well, I understand it's dangerous. This is not nano, this is not silver water or colloidal silver. This is microsilver that cannot be ingested. We have the studies to show that. If that ever comes up and you meet up with a government, and we've already shown the government, some governments this, they go, oh, okay, well, that's good to know. They class it all the same. But there are going to be some medical professionals that say, no, I think it's not safe. you can prove that microsilver is in a class on its own. And the studies do show that it's not absorbed by the body. And what they're doing is measure urinary output of people. So if we place it on in your toothpaste or whatever, they're checking to see whether in fact it is coming out in your urine. And if it's coming out in your urine, it means one thing: it's being absorbed by the body.
Yeah.
So it's
You
not being
know,
absorbed. So it's perfectly safe. And I think people should realize what a incredible antimicrobial this is.
David, I want to really talk about this no list. I talked about TAC, I talked about petroleum. Here's the thing that's happening in the world. And I want all of you to just sit there and ask yourself this. Just do, I'm always about that checkup from the neck up, right? The word cancer is everywhere. There's so many different cancers in the world. And there's only so much that we as consumers, as humans, that we could do, depending on the country, depending on the food you eat, your water you ingest, the soil that's around you, everything makes a difference. Our CEO and myself, we enjoy a good cigar once in a while, not a lot, but once in a while. I know Renee enjoys a good cigar too. And so I was asking, we went to a cigar factory and I was asking them, David, what makes this cigar leaf different? And it's all about the soil, it's about the water, it's about how it's grown, all that kind of stuff. The food you eat is no different. It's all about your soil, it's all about the water. For example, a banana tastes very differently in, I don't know, Dominican Republic than it does in Trinidad Tobago, or it does in St. Lucia, or it does in Saint Martin. They're all Caribbean, but they're all different soils. If you get a mango in Africa versus a mango in the Caribbean, it just tastes different. Look at the way that tomatoes taste in, for example, Europe, to the way that they taste in Caribbean, to the way they taste in Canada. How many of you tasted the different flavors of your fruit and vegetables based on the country they come from? Well, the products that are manufactured and the products that we use every day, like TAC, that's in a lot of baby powder. How many of you, I'm one of them, by the way, that was using baby powder and they thought baby powder is good. And where are they putting baby powder? They're putting it on the baby. They're putting it on their private parts. They're putting it under their armpits. They're putting it in their genital areas. They're rubbing the babies down with baby powder. And guess what? The TAC long-term exposure causes cancer. Would we use that if we knew that it was going to be harmful and cancerous long-term? Absolutely not. But guess what? Consumers were not educated. No mother, no father, no grandmother, no person would ever use a cancer-causing agent on their family if they knew. So why would we put fluoride in our kids' regimen every day to brush their teeth? What is their health worth? Would you rather give them a microsilver technology that has no alcohol, that has no chemicals, that has no fluoride, that is safe for your children? Would you rather use a shampoo or a skincare or a fountain of life that long-term will not cause those effects? By the way, we do testing on our products all the time. And we don't like to really pick on other brands or pick on the negativity, but you do need to be educated. So when I talk to people about skincare and they're like, oh, I'm a Vaseline type of person. I'm like, oh, really? You like using cancer-causing agents like petroleum on your skin and on your lips and on your feet, where your feet absorbs all that chemical that goes into your bloodstream? Why not use a safer alternative, which is sterling? You got two ingredients, microsilver, fountain of life. David, what is the microsilver technology and the fountain of life in sterling, the way that we formulated sterling, do for someone when applied on the bottom of their feet or just on their skin, on their body, on their organs?
Well, one thing people should realize with sterling, and I stressed this before, that we're using the optimal levels. of product. Like, and the one thing about, Fountain of Life is a wonderful product, but the optimal level of this when you're using it topically is 5%. It's not using this 100%. It's too strong. At 5%, it's the optimal level where you're getting all the benefits that you need. So Sterling has been formulated that way. With microsilver, it's only 0.2%. And so with Sterling, and that's why it's got that sort of gray look to it. It's because of the microsilver in it. So I think that it's important to understand the power of these products in combination. But what it's doing is eradicating, and cleansing the bacteria over time. When it's exposed to air and moisture, it's cleansing bacteria. So it's constant because microsilver is a highly porous type of ingredient. It looks like a sponge, and what it's doing is releasing silver ions that disrupt the viri, disrupts the bacterial transport mechanisms, and causes it to perish, which is just wonderful because, especially in the peripheral areas of our body, we really want to try and keep that clean at all times, and it's important. If you've got diabetes, even more so important. So it's in a very effective product. Well, the Fountain of Life extract in Sterling, what it's doing is it's mopping up. It's a term that we use in cosmetics, but it neutralizes free radical activity in the skin. And that free radical activity can lead to so many issues. They started employing the Fountain of Life extract in sunscreens years ago just to reduce free radical activity. They could block UVA, UVB radiation, but they had still awareness of the free radical activity that can otherwise occur. And they started using this in conjunction with the sunscreens out there. And so we're using that technology in Sterling, so that reducing the activity that can otherwise lead to so many other issues long term. And a lot of these things are long term. The use of talc is long term. These issues that can, be caused because cancer, I shouldn't say unfortunately, that's the wrong term. Cancer is something that occurs usually over years of misuse. And so things like we're not using TEA, triethylalamine, or DEA. These are pH adjusters. They're used all the time. We're not using anything like parabens parabens have been used throughout time as a preservative. We're not using them because they've discovered parabens in breast cancer tissue. So we have taken a look at all the possible issues that are out there, and we're trying to reduce them. Now, the one thing I can't stress enough is that this is always a moving target. Okay, so we're always aware of this. We move with the governments. We make changes as needed, and what is good today, uh, something else may occur. Something else might come up, and we'll have to make adjustments for that. And that's when it's a continuous improvement program, but at the same time, it's an understanding that long-term studies start coming up. They'll say, well, this ingredient that we said 2 years ago was fine and safe and generally regarded as safe. Well, we have some concerns about that now. That can happen. But the other thing is that we make some significant efforts to reduce that. So please, the one thing I can't stress enough is that if you're going on Google to spell, number one, the ingredients properly, I've had so many people panicked over was it
Trimethylene glycol.
trimethylene glycol, because Google changed it to triethylene glycol, and all of a sudden I get all these panic calls saying that, oh, well, we've got a carcinogen in there. And they don't realize it's been changed, but they're happy to point that out, that we've got something very, very dangerous in there. It's not. It's trimethylene glycol, number one. Number two, we are using methylene glycol is also known as 1,3-propane-diol. And no, we're not using a petroleum derivative. And some people have brought forward, it's sort of funny, they'll do things like they'll cut out a piece of a study from 1944. A Dr. Winkler and his group did this, and I read this years ago, and yet they'll just take a snippet and say, it's dangerous. We're not promoting danger, we're promoting safety. And we've taken a lot of thought, people a lot smarter than me who designed all these products, these guys, people, PhDs, understanding our goals, have created a very safe and efficacious product. We are not going to put in petroleum derivatives or cancer-causing things because it's easier or cheaper, whatever you think. No, their objective is to create something unique and efficacious and something that'll bring value to everyone's lives. And I think that we make one thing I do like about what we do is that we make that effort to bring that forward so you can be confident in that. So understand that, and I don't want to sound defensive, but I want to bring out the truth in everything that we're doing.
Absolutely. You know, David, you said it so well. Pay attention to this, ladies and gents. We are constantly evaluating, checking, testing our ingredients. Right now, we are doing an amazing stability test, which we're going to be launching probably in the new year. Just so you guys all know, the new year is going to be very, very, very powerful with a lot of the stuff that we're launching. We're launching some really, really cool things. Your focus right now is to focus on the close of the year. Do you guys believe we don't even have 90 days left till the end of the year? This is your opportunity for you to take advantage of A, being a product of the product. B, sharing is caring, and show people an amazing way to evolve and develop and grow you know, the brand and the products and the safety element of the product. 3, convert yourself to your 450 Smart Buy every single month. You guys are all making purchases for yourselves, which you should be using, but you should also be transitioning your family members to your Safe Home Revolution, and you should be having sales every single month. Remember, you should be sharing this with 20 to 40 new customers every single month. When was the last time that you had some new customers? When was the last time you signed up a VIP? When was the last time that you followed up with your prospects? So here's what I want to share with you guys. Right now, we have an absolutely insane, did I say insane? I mean insane promotion, which is 20% off for our 20-year anniversary. This will never happen again. Stock up, buy your products, get into the habit of getting on the 450. We have a really, really cool program coming up for the 450 that we are going to be launching in the new year. And right now, all of you should be taking advantage of all of the products across the board and getting your customers, following up with customers. So if I sold a bottle to David 2 months ago, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, 3 months ago, I would call him. Hi, David. I'm just following up with you. Our company just launched an absolutely insane promotion, 20% off, and I would love to pass that discount to you. How many bottles did you want me to place for you? Are you interested in the Sterling? Are you interested in the toothpaste? And give them the list of items. If you don't ask for the sale, if you don't share the excitement, guys, this is an exciting announcement. 20% off. We've never, ever done that for our celebration. This is your opportunity to save so much money, bulk up, stock up, because remember, when the product prices goes back up, you now have your additional discount savings as well. David, I have a question for you.
So,
Yes.
Glutathione that is found in Divine, is it helpful for patients with dementia and brain function? And how does it function?
I don't know if there's been any tests on it, but dementia is related to what they're finding, from what I understand, And I'm not an expert on dementia and Alzheimer's and these type of disease states, but I understand that free radical activity is correlated to it. And so, of course, things like the glutathione, well, actually, not just glutathione, divine, we're not splitting apart divine to get at things. We've got a number of different antioxidants in there, and that will reduce free radical activity that should uh, help in terms of the quality of life of someone with dementia. Is it going to reverse it? Probably not. It is not going to. So I don't want to, when we start targeting um, disease states, you're going to be very disappointed because you're going to walk in there and people are going to think that you got a cure for it, but you don't. The damage has already been done, and our brains are very sensitive. But again, free radical damage is known to cause, and the reason they think that is that they found that in people with dementia have protein bundles. When they've examined the brains of these people, they have protein bundles, and they think that was caused by free radical activity. So things like fountain of life, divine, it will help. It'd be probably better if we took it prophylactically, to be honest with you. And what I mean is you take it while you're in a good state of health as opposed to waiting until you develop dementia. But if you have early stages, I would start taking it to try and stave that off. So, but it's not just, when we say we got glutathione, let's understand that the divine has a number of antioxidants in it. And you're not going to be able to split glutathione or grapeseed extract or vitamin C out of it. You just can't. It's impossible. But if you take the product, you will get the benefits of a complete set of antioxidants that should help in terms of your quality of life.
Amazing. Thank you for that.
So I'm sorry I don't have an exact study on it, but hopefully it'll help.
Sure. We're always looking, of course, to see what other studies. By the way, a lot of the content material, the no list, it's in your Safe Home Revolution. And if I said talk in regards to TAC, I mispronounced it. Apologies for that. I also want to make sure that you all know it's in your Safe Home Revolution. TAC is one of our no list, TALC, and not talk, TAC. So if I said it,
Okay, Sanaz, can I make a comment about that brochure? Is that, in the medical industry, what are the big players? The big players are the pharmaceutical companies. And every one of their sales reps carries around a brochure like that, on their main products. And they're called aids. And what they do is, as they're talking to doctors and nurses about their product, they'll pull that out and they'll walk through it to illustrate what they have, to talk about it so they don't forget points. And although they've done this 1,000 times over, they still bring it out. They still look through it. They give a visual representation. They're just not talking. They're engaging the person in conversation. They're taking a look at everything. So I think people should not be afraid to bring it up. They should use it. And I think it's really important that they should use this as an aid for them to tell their story, because it does paint a pretty good picture of what the objective is, what the products are, and what they do.
David, I love that you shared that. How many of you always hear about a product and you say, well, do you have something that I can read up on it? Why do you all think that we invested the time to create this brochure for you? Number one, it's available digital. So if you scan the QR code, it is available digitally. And if not, some of you like to have the physical. I'm going to call it old school. I like to have my links in print. Remember, people don't duplicate, systems duplicate. What that means is that there's no way you're going to remember everything, and you don't want to. You don't want to be like blah, 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 and overwhelming people, right? What you want to do is you want to share the brochure with people. You want to flip through it. People look at two things in a business. What's the business? How to do the business, right? So if you have what we call our cheat sheet, as David calls it, a brochure with all of your information, it allows for you to continue the conversation. It allows for you to go through the benefits. And guess what? If someone brand new is looking at this and they're seeing you reading off a brochure, do you think they can do it? Absolutely. People look at two things. What's the business? How to do the business. We have all of the links and prints. If you want to digitally send it to someone so they can open it and go over it with you, if you're doing a Zoom meeting, you can do that. If you want to sit down with someone in a coffee shop, or if you want to sit down and do a home event or a home party, if you are going and doing a trade show, invest into your business. See, the biggest mistake that most entrepreneurs make is they buy the products, but they don't buy the tools. And in order for you to be successful, you don't only need the products, you also need the marketing material that goes with your products. So spend in your marketing tools, spend in your brochures, in your packages, in all of the products that you need in order for you to look professional, in order for you to be able to answer questions. Every single one of you that's on this call right now and above and beyond should be stocking up on products. If somebody is selling, for example, shampoo, conditioner, and you're talking to people, you should always have a stock readily available to be able to hand deliver it, concierge deliver it, showing people the way to do the business. The last thing you want to do is, I want to buy a bottle. I want to buy this. Okay, I'll deliver it to you in a week. You just lost a customer. Customers are instant purchasing buyers. So what you need to do is you need to have your products on hand. Right now with a crazy promotion of 20% that we have, stock up on everything. Be a product of the product for fashion. Be a product of the product in your jewelry, in your handbags, in your shoes, in your wallet, in your belts. And when you go to an event, when you are representing your Opulence business, you should be looking opulent from head to toe. And of course, have your products. You should have one as your demonstration. You should always have new bottles that you're ready to sell as well. So, David, I don't even know how we got to 9 o'clock. Time flew. It became an hour already so quickly. And you know, I can share so much more. Of course, every week we try to keep it exciting and spicy, as we call it, to give you more information, more announcements. But of course, right now we have so much amazing things that are happening. We have some crazy things that Randy is about to share with you all next week, which is the last Monday of October. I am going to share with you all how to do prospecting and how to ask for the sale. I'm going to actually do a business product training for each and every single one of you. Please make sure you jam pack the call. Make sure you have your team on. It's all about how to share the product, how to do the sales, how to ask for the sales, how to, upgrade it. Have you ever gone to McDonald's or a fast food restaurant? You order a hamburger, they always say, would you like fries with that? Then you order fries. Did you want to drink with that? Did you want to supersize that? Did you want to do this? And so we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you how to be able to share without feeling shy, because I think a lot of us feel shy, and we want to make sure you're sharing, you're selling, you're profiting, you're building your business, you're growing your business, and you're able to grow and duplicate and build a residual income with your business. So with that, I hope that tonight's call has given you some education, has given you, your mojo for you to go out there and scream and be able to share and be able to, create that success. Don't forget to take advantage of all the promotions. David, thank you for being on. And I'm going to pass it over to Randy because she's got some crazy announcements. By the way, I want to just acknowledge everyone who is sharing so much love on the chat. I'm reading them right now as we're kind of like wrapping up the call. Thank you so much. We love you all. We appreciate everybody who takes their time to be on these calls with you. The reason that David and I have been committing to these calls every single week, either if we're in the country is because we want to give you more knowledge. We want to give you more tools. We want to give you more information. This is your opportunity to bring on a lot of your brand new partners. Let us help you to train them. Let us help you to grow. Don't forget to join us next week for an amazing product business call. And Randy, I'll pass it over to you to close the call. If you are in Winnipeg, I look forward to seeing you in Winnipeg on Thursday, Friday, and we'll have a special event on Saturday. And you know what? If we blow up Winnipeg the way I plan on doing it, next up, we'll be bringing David down as well. And we'll be having some fun there. We're going to be doing an amazing Asia event. And maybe I'll be traveling with David to that. So I know that Thailand has been asking, Singapore, Philippines. We'll see what we can do with that. Back to you, Randy.
Oh my God, Sanas and David, y'all just blew our minds again. Every week we just, we try to contain the information and then you'll come up with more information and more goodies, and it's just crazy. I'm so excited. Yes. Well, just a quick summary of what David and Sanas had shared is use our products, share our products, and carry the booklets everywhere we go. And using the microsilver and FOL in our products is key. Like, I have to agree, Sanas, my skin is super sensitive. I think a lot of you know my story. And I just fell in love with the skincare. I feel that it was just made just for me. It agreed with my skin just 100%. So totally love it. And yes, let's get all the chemicals out of our products and use
Not out of
what
our
we have.
products. We have no chemicals in our products.
I know. So I know, that's why I say use our products. We have to throw everything that's with chemicals. So see y'all. Thank you very much. Until we meet again tomorrow evening. Thank you, David. Thank you, Sanas.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening. Or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. So thank you for allowing me to join you. Take care.